Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I have a deck called Ruby and Sapphire. We're featuring Taric again, and Taric has become one of my most, favorite champions from this expansion. The reason for that is there's a lot of different ways to play him that seem like they could be viable and just are on kind of the brink of competitiveness. There are a lot of different ways to build around him from each region. And yeah, he's just a very versatile champion. And today we're kind of showcasing that because we're pairing him with Vladimir. Now, Vladimir is one of the least powerful champions in Legends of Runeterra. Pretty much everybody knows this. He hardly gets any play. And so we're going to actually be using him with Taric today. And they actually work pretty well together. So Taric, his ability, when he supports an ally, he gives it tough. And then it copies the last spell that you use on Taric and give it to also his supported unit. Vladimir can make use of that because of his ability, which will, when you attack, it targets all of your units, deals 1 damage to them, and deals 1 damage to the enemy nexus. So the tough unit won't take any damage, Taric won't take any damage, you help level up Vladimir, and you deal damage to the enemy nexus. So it's a pretty good combo piece. And then when Taric levels up, Taric will be invincible, and so will his units, so really the same thing happens. Alright, so in this deck, we are also running the Star Shepherd. The Star Shepherd was released and this last expansion, this last set in the expansion in this set. And when you heal a damaged ally, you grant it +2/+0. So we can pair this card really well with some of Vladimir's signature cards and his followers and get some really good value out of it. And then also pair it with Taric's cards like the Gift Giver, who creates gems in hand that you can use to heal, and the Mentor of the Stones and Guiding Touch. All of these cards will help heal our kind of damaged units and buff up the Star Shepherd, and it's a really good kind of combo piece to help buff this up. And then we can at the end of the game, I mean, there's a lot of ways to use this, but at the end of the game you can also, put Might on Taric's support a super buff Star Shepherd and then win the game. Super fun. She works pretty well in the deck. Now I think she will become more viable. It's not the most efficient card in the entire pool of cards we have to choose from because there aren't a ton of healing cards. The gems do work as healers, but you have to get these units out on the board like the Gift Giver and Mentor of Stones, and those gems have to be available for you to use. So really the only one we're including in the deck that actually heals us is Guiding Touch. With the release of Soraka in an upcoming expansion, I think we're going to get more support for a deck style like this, and she may even replace Taric in this type of deck. At the very least, we'll get more healing cards to make the Star Shepherd a little bit more viable. Alright, so along with that, we're also running the Crimson Curator and Transfusion, 2 of Vladimir's cards. The Crimson Curator is a generator of these Crimson followers, which allow us to fill up our hand and get some units in our hand if we're running kind of low. And then it also allows us to have a ton of blockers in case we need them, things like that. Alright, and then Guiding Touch is also a secondary card generation. We're drawing 1 card when we use it. So generally we don't have a problem with having a full hand. In fact, we may even have too much with the gems. So just make sure that when this guy dies, you get 3 gems kind of really fast, and if you don't have enough room, then they go to waste. So make sure that you play him and when you are ready for him to die, that you have enough room in hand. Alright, we're also running a full set of the Broad-Backed Protector. We haven't seen much use out of him yet. He works well with Vlad because his ability counts as a tick each time each round start. He'll deal damage to himself and heal your Nexus 3. That counts as a tick for Vladimir's level up condition and also helps us preserve our mana health, or not our mana health, our Nexus health. And we're running a full set of Kato the Arm to finish off the game. Kato the Arm is actually really important because it allows us to spread out our damage. You can use Kato the Arm as a support unit for a super buff Star Shepherd. It also works okay with the Start of Stomper. He's already got Overwhelm, but you can use it on cards like the Crimson Curator or cards that he's produced and just get a ton of value from spreading out your Overwhelm units. Taric, of course, is an excellent target for Might. He will get Might as well as his supported ally, so allowing us to spread out even more and dealing even more damage to the enemy nexus. So yeah, that's about it for this deck. It's super fun. You should definitely try it out. I can't wait to get more healing cards and just kind of include them into this deck and make it even more viable. One card that I am thinking of putting into the deck is, I always forget what it's called, Shards of the Mountain. This card is not hardly played at all, but kind of we are a little bit dependent because of the Star Shepherd on the gems, and so if we have a way to generate more gems in hand, we may end up using this just because we are relying on drawing Mentor of the Stones and Gift Giver a little bit too much. So putting maybe one shard of the mountains in our hand may be advantageous for us, and getting more gems and making this a little bit more viable. We'll have to do some more play testing and see. Alright, so yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see a card that was released in this newest expansion in a deck, send over a suggestion and I will try to make one around it. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Alright, so we're going against Piltover Zahn and Freljord deck with Braum, which is kind of interesting here. I don't really know where this is going. This could be a Starlit Seer deck with, but yeah, I'm not completely sure where he's going with this one. I'm going to keep Taric in my opening hand. I'm going to get rid of all these other cards though. I want an earlier curve here, and we do get it. It's a little bit better. I don't have a turn 1 play, but turn 2 we can put down the Startled Stomper, which is what I'm going to do. And we're going to attack with it. He's pausing here. Okay. He may have like Mystic Shots or Flash Freeze or, you know, some spell to interact with my units with, and he was thinking about it. That's not like necessarily the thing. Alright, so now we know it's a Poro. I should have known this from the beginning. This is a Poro deck. Probably utilizing Poro Cannon. Alright, I'm going to play my Mentor of the Stones this round.
Bad for the teeth, though.
Alright, he's got a fearsome Poro here, and let's see if he's got Poro Snacks. He does. Alright, that's okay. I'm gonna pass it. Is there any point in playing Taric here? Probably not. Actually, I'm okay with my Mentor of the Stones dying so that I've got kind of resources to use with my Taric.
Perhaps we should.
Alright, we're going to play. What do we want to play here? I think we're going to do our Star Shepherd and wait till next round to play the Taric. This way we can use her as a blocker and then get her some buffs with the gems. And we're also kind of rolling our mana over because we've got quite a few spells in hand. Alright, so this card in hand may be a... It could be a Poro Cannon, it could be a Elusive Poro, or it could be Poro Snacks. So he's probably going to play it this round.
Like this?
Professor Von Yip. The problem with playing like a whole bunch of Professor Von Yips though is that you kind of fill up your board, which makes it really hard for you to like get good value out of your small units. Okay, so he's attacking with his Fearsome. I wonder if that was a mistake. There's no way that he can deal with this. Alright. So we're going to heal this guy, go down so we have like 3 mana left over. We buff up our Star Shepherd, which is nice. So she's able to take out units. And now what we're going to do is an open attack here. We are going to use this and this, buff her up 2 more here, and attack. And this is a pretty big attack here. He's going to have to block with all of his units because we are threatening lethal.
You're interrupting.
Alright, that's fine. We're taking out his units. He does kill our Taric, but we get good value out of this. He has hardly any cards left, and he has to sacrifice his Von Yips. Okay, I'm going to play that. Vlad.
My darling.
And next time I attack, I should be able to level up Vlad because we're going to play most likely the Broadback Protector this round. Alright, so he wants to draw his Poros. Quick attack Poro. We're going to put down our Broadback Protector here. This should be able to dissuade him from attacking. More than likely, just because he has a lot of health. We're going to block with the Broadback Protector. I'm okay with taking this damage. He's also going to survive until next turn. Alright, and I could actually heal him too and get some more buff onto my we're gonna actually heal twice.
Better when you feel better.
Alright, cool. So now she's going to be pretty strong here. We're gonna open attack and hopefully be able to win the game right now. Alright, going to preemptively level up my Vladimir. Right, so he's at 5 of 6, so who do I want to use this on? We're going to use it on the Broadback Protector. We are going to put it on Vlad and spread out our damage a little bit. This also protects Vlad a little bit and our opponent surrenders. So, alright, not too bad of a gameplay. The deck we were going against was definitely suboptimal.
Taste is impeccable.
Yeah, the Professor Von Yip is kind of a bait, especially placing more than one that early on, because he spent a ton of mana and then he couldn't protect them, so that was one thing. But then even if you can protect them, you're filling up your board with units that you don't want to defend with or block with, and then if you do defend and they die, then you don't get any value out of them. He didn't get any value out of his Professor Von Yips. He played 4 mana for them and yeah, got nothing out of them. He wasn't able to play his Poros on the turns that he had the Von Yips out, and so yeah, just no value out of it. So if you do play Von Yip decks, make sure that you don't put multiple down. There's really just no point. Yeah, and then make sure you have other cards to play before you put them down as well. I don't know. I've not tried it really in a Poro deck before. It could work a little bit better now because of Poro Cannon, but in general, just yeah, don't put multiple Von Yips down. You don't get a lot of value out of it. Anyway, yeah, I liked how our gameplay was represented in that, though. We got to see the Broadback Protector. We got to level up Vlad. We saw Taric get some really insane value with Might, even if they were able to take him out. But I mean, he still dealt a ton of damage. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.